It goes without saying that the game brings plenty of passion, but sometimes that passion is presented as violence, which is not pretty to look at. Here are the top 5 incidents where fans got out of control. Before we begin, make sure to click that subscribe button so you never miss a video from us. We have some awesome content coming your way, so stay tuned. We start with the Euro 2020 final, where England took on the passion of Italy in one of the most intense matches of football history. There were plenty of foul moves made by both teams that night, most notably from Italy's captain, who dragged Saka down during a tense clash on the pitch. This only resulted in a yellow card, but certainly caused controversy with the fans. Later, this would become a hot topic with demands for a rematch made due to only a yellow card being presented. But where things really took a turn was the penalty shootout, where England lost 3-2 to Italy. England fans displayed despicable behaviour towards certain players, resulting in racist remarks being made. These players were blamed for losing the whole tournament, but clearly this was down to the emotions behind the loss. Rashford, Saka and Sancho were all targeted for their missed penalties, but they turned this negative response into an important message. There is no room for racism in the world of football. Although there is still a long distance before this happens completely, they certainly made an impact, with the majority of fans standing behind the national heroes. Unfortunately, that night things got a lot worse when England fans clashed with Italian supporters at Wembley Stadium. Scenes of violence came from the crowd, some of them waiting for Italian fans to leave before ganging up on them and hurling fists and kicks towards them. Further to this, many objects were thrown at Italian fans, and many of them scared to death of what might happen to them. Riots followed the final, with millions of pounds worth of damage being made by England fans. But the violence didn't end at Wembley. It was reported that there were more than 2,300 police incidents linked to the Euros, which included stabbings, glassings, fights and assaults on police officers. It is safe to say that this is one of the most appalling incidents by fans in football history. Our next event is the 2016 Scottish Cup final, where a historical victory was had by Hibernian against Rangers. The 3-2 win was the first since 1902. After the final whistle, thousands of the Edinburgh club's fans invaded the pitch, creating a colossal brawl as they taunted Ranger fans to join them. It can be seen from an aerial view just how many fans swarm. They look like ants colliding together. You can imagine how much chaos this must have been. Fans from all around the stadium captured many angles of the incredible incident, including violent attacks being made against the opposing fans. Unfortunately, multiple assaults were made against fans, staff and players. Rangers did not receive their runner-up medals in public due to the incident, as police horses were utilised to clear the pitch. In third, we have a recent incident where Hungarian fans fight with riot police at Wembley Stadium after their game with England. The score came in at 1-1, which most teams would be happy with against the current England squad. But Hungary was hungry for more than just a football match. The scenes look ugly as fans clashed with police officers. Force had to be used to control the supporters, and images show this did not seem like an easy task. Most of the violence was sparked due to the potent use of racism used by the fans. Anti-kneeling protesters can be seen in the crowd, which goes against the idea of players taking the knee in support of erasing racism in the sport. Fans began to boo when players took the knee before the start of the game. Fans hurled objects, drinks and racist remarks at England players as they walked by. Hungary fans also decided to use smoke bombs to cause disruption and confusion for the police force. This certainly made it a difficult task to handle, but things finally calmed down. Our next situation of chaos is during the KNVB Cup in 2011, where a pitch invader attacked AZ Alkmaar goalkeeper Esteban Alvarado. The fan targeted the Costa Rican after running onto the field 37 minutes into the game. He went in with a kick against the goalkeeper, which he failed miserably with. In retaliation, Alvarado kicked the player and kicked him again whilst he was down. You could see the aggression and the force put into it. Chaos followed the assault as the goalkeeper was presented with a red card for retaliating with violence. The players of AZ stormed towards the referee with disgust, arguing that it was not fair, but the referee was set in his decision, not retracting the card. In a form of protest, AZ manager Gert-Jan Verbeek called his players from the field to leave the ground. This forced the game to be suspended until a month later, which was played behind closed doors. Our final highlight is back in 2019 when Aston Villa took on Birmingham City in a derby to remember. A Birmingham fan stormed onto the pitch with one man in his sights, Jack Grealish. He threw a punch from behind, giving the Villa midfielder a massive surprise. Grealish didn't appear to be shaken up from the event though, as he calmly sat on the ground waiting for the chaos to clear behind him. The fan, named as Paul Mitchell, was quickly escorted off the pitch, allowing the game to continue straight away. Mitchell's intention had no other meaning than to whip up the crowd and cause controversy. This was a very costly action for him, as he was jailed for 14 weeks and banned from attending any football matches in the UK for 10 years. As an extra pie on the face, Grealish went on to score the winning goal in the 67th minute, claiming victory over Birmingham. What a great way to come back from the incident. It goes to show that in the world of football, the fans make the sport what it is today. Without them, we wouldn't have the beautiful game, but with them, we have to witness some pretty crazy things. Sometimes these things can be harmful. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please smash the like button and consider subscribing to the channel for some pretty cool content.